the image that you are seeing is actually Cesare Borgia. He was born in Rome during the year of 1476 of September. He died on March the 12th during the year 1507. The European pictures of Christ is actually Cesare Borgia. And we're going to bring this out today. We're going to expose this lie that has been going on throughout history. Cesare Borgia was the son of Pope Alexander VI. In fact, he was the Pope's most loved and legitimate son. And at one time, papacy members were allowed to marry. Pope Alexander VI was known for having multiple mistresses. And in 1476, he bore a son named Cesare Borgia. Cesare was Alexander's favorite son, and by the age of 15 had already become the Bishop of Pamplona. By his 18th birthday, he was a cardinal. Borgia also had an older brother named Giovanni, who was Captain General of the papacy military forces. Cesare envied his brother's position. He envied it so much that he had his own brother assassinated in order to obtain the office. And Cesare Borgia resigned his position as cardinal and became Captain General of the papacy military. And during this time, the Catholic Church was waging war on Islam, and Cesare was about to play a vital role in the history of the church. And at the time, the Muslims had successfully made their way to Germany and taken control of Turkey. This threatened the church's stronghold over the empire. And during that same period, the image of Christ was that of a Muslim, and the church was having a hard time selling its ideologies in the region. Some say they devised a plan to correct this issue and use Cesare Borgia as its tool. Consequently, some historians say that the Pope came up with a plan to have every painting of the original Messiah destroyed. Next, Alexander VI commissioned Leonardo da Vinci to reinvent Christ in the image of his own beloved son, Cesare Borgia. Okay, let me give you a little more information on this guy. Between the year of 1502 and 1503, he employed Leonardo da Vinci. Pretty sure y'all have heard of him. He employed Leonardo da Vinci as a military architect and engineer. Leonardo da Vinci and Cesare Borgia became intimate. They were lovers. They had passion for each other. So you can see that Cesare Borgia and Leonardo da Vinci was kicking it together. They were sleeping together as well, and they was having sexual intercourse together. So this image of Cesare Borgia, who is documented to be a homosexual, not only a homosexual, but also a murderer, because he killed his older brother Giovanni to obtain papacy of the military forces. He killed him as well. So this would make him a homosexual. This will also make him a murderer, because he assassinated his brother Giovanni to obtain Captain General of the papacy military forces. Not to mention that he committed incest with his own sister, among his father committed the same act against his own daughter. So the face of this man was painted by Leonardo da Vinci, because you must remember he was also an artist. Rodrigo Borgia, which is Alexander the Sixth, the Pope of Rome, had Leonardo da Vinci and Michelangelo to compete in an art contest to see who can draw his most and beloved legitimate son the best. And Leonardo da Vinci won the art contest. So Leonardo da Vinci and Cesare Borgia, let's not forget that they were lovers. So to express his love for Cesare Borgia, Leonardo he painted many pictures of him to express his love for Cesare. And these are your so-called pictures today of Christ. These pictures will soon be put up in the Western world, the New World, which is the USA. So this is how this thing formulated. So there you have it. The modern image of Yeshua Christ is actually Cesare Borgia. And this lie have been perpetrated for years, that Christ was Caucasian, that he was European. Cesare Borgia put up to be Christ, which is how they honored him as a god, though he was a dead man in Rome. Because let's not forget that Cesare Borgia died in the year of 1507 on March 12th. So they used this false image of Cesare Borgia as Christ. They brought forth a false teaching and ceremony and sacrifices, all along with this image, to deceive the people to believe these things, to deceive the Western world into believing that Christ was Caucasian.